Hi, my name is Ed Graney. I live in Southern California, and I have the Frantz oil filter website called franzoil.com. Today I'm going to show you how the proper way to change an oil filter for the Frantz filter is. There's been a lot of people that just don't know how to change them, and it's real simple. It just uses a roll of toilet paper, and we'll give you a little demo today. Ready? Okay, here we go. We're going to take a little cloth and just lay it there. That's just for good measure, okay? We're not going to have one single drop, not one drip out of this. You'd think this is full of oil, but what I do is I park my car, and overnight the oil drains back down to the pan, and I change the filter first thing in the morning. So the actual toilet paper is almost dry to the touch. If I squeeze it, yeah, I'm going to get an oily hand, but it's not going to be some squishing thing just sloshing out of there, okay? So here we go. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to unscrew the black knob from the T-bolt. Now this is the new style clamp. It really doesn't matter what design clamp you use, but this is the current model. And now we're going to lift this canister right up, and I'm not going to take any time to do it. I'm going to do it real quick just so I don't have any drips on my driveway. Just like that. Okay, here we are ready to change the paper now. Now on the top there's a split ring that seals the outside of the toilet paper to the canister. It's kind of like a piston ring in a cylinder. If you consider this to be the cylinder and the piston ring's inside, and that's going to seal the outside edge. There it is right there. It's just a split ring. Inside is a little tool here so that you can pull the paper out. If it's tight, just take some pry tool and pull it out that way. Now don't forget to properly dispose of the paper when you're done. We're going to pull it out. If the wind will cooperate with me. And now we're going to dispose of that properly. And that leaves us with an empty canister, but it does have a little bit of oil in there. All right, we're going to take our new roll of toilet paper. Don't forget this step. You got to put that little tool in there so that next time you can pull the toilet paper back out. And now we're going to gently push it down into place. And I'm going to tell you my secret now. My secret is this special installation tool. You can make your own. All you need is a 1 pound coffee can and a little paint, or you can forget the paint. Okay, it's time to compress the paper down into the canister. You need to have a lip here. For that reason, you cannot use 4.5 inch paper. And when I say 4.5, I am measuring the paper the length of the cardboard tube from here to here, not the diameter. You want 4.2, or let's call it 4 1/4 inch. Okay, so we're going to push that down in there nice and snug, and then we're going to put our split ring in there, and then we're going to push that split ring right down into the paper, just like that. Okay, I'm pretty much done. Clean it off a little bit. Now, today's toilet papers, this cardboard is no longer 1.5 inches. It's a 1.6 or a 1.7 inch. So Frantz has come up with this sleeve that fits in and kind of acts as a shim. So this will go right down into the toilet paper like that, and it's a nice snug fit. This is just a sample one because the other one stuck to the tube on the base of the filter. I don't need to pull it off. It's already there. We're ready to reinstall the paper back on. Right like that. Take our clamp. You want to make sure you get it tight. You also want to make sure that you get it to where half of it is on the canister and half of it is on the base. That way you're compressing the two pieces together when you tighten it. There we are. A couple of things I'd like to explain to you now that we've already changed the paper. I want to show you how an easy way to install the filter is. There's many different ways. Traditionally, we've punched a hole in the pan and used a self-tapping hollow bolt in there to receive the returning oil filter hose for the clean oil. But that's kind of, people don't do that much anymore. You can still do that if you'd like, but here's a more simpler way to maybe do it for you. This is it's an AMSOIL product. It's a swivel fitting made out of solid brass, and your return line hose hooks to it. Now I use a 90-degree angle just to give me hood clearance, okay? But this is your filler cap where you add your oil. It's got a lock nut inside. Now I haven't tightened it all the way up here on this one, but what it does is it allows you to unscrew your filler cap to add oil or whatever you need to do without twisting up your hose. Otherwise you'd be doing this number. Okay, that's a very common easy way to install it. I'll show you a close-up of mine. It's right here. Now, where do you get your supply oil? Well, there again, traditionally we've put a T-fitting in where your oil sending unit attaches to the engine. You just unscrew that sending unit, put the T-fitting in there, rescrew your sending unit back into the T, and the other half of the T is where you get your oil supply for the Frantz filter. A different way, and sometimes a simpler way, is to just go down where the oil filter from the manufacturer is located. Let's take this one for example. It's just a filter, a typical filter. This is screwed into the engine. Okay? What you do is you unscrew this from the engine, and now what you have is you've got some threads like that sticking out from the engine that this screwed to, right? We're going to take this sandwich adapter and this gasket, and we're going to put that right against the engine, right where we took the filter off. This special nut here has female and male threads. The female threads hold it in place. The male threads, you put your filter back onto it, and it's all installed. Just like that. And it sandwiches in between the engine and your filter, and here's where you get your oil supply, right there. That's a 1/8 inch national pipe thread fitting. It's standard, and all the fittings that come with the Frantz filter fit right on there. As far as the toilet paper, I don't endorse anything that comes out of a grocery store. I don't want to name brands because I don't want to downplay them. I mean, they're perfect for their purpose, but they're no good for filtration. This is the one that I endorse. It's the Frantz paper. This is a tightly wound single ply toilet paper that's the right width. And when I call width, I'm talking about the length of the cardboard. Okay, it's 4 1/4 or 4.2 inches. And yes, you'll have to unwind some turns. You have to do that on all the toilet paper because today the paper companies have increased the diameter of the cardboard. It used to all be standard 1.5 inches, but now it's 1.6 or 1.7. So that's what that sleeve is that you saw me put in there. That's where it goes, right in there. Now you can use any janitorial quality paper, the commercial stuff, the stuff you find in gas stations, okay, the cheap stuff. This is one that I do endorse. It's called Livi, L-I-V-I. And the stock number is 21549. It's single ply, but the only downside is you got to buy, it's either 80 or 96 to a case. You'll have to buy a case. If you don't need that many, just get one of these from me. I sell them in either 4, 8, 16. I'll sell it even one of them for you, so you don't have to have a bunch of toilet paper on stock. Okay, now that we're all done with that, there's a couple of last things that we have to do. One is you got to start the engine, check for leaks. Make sure you don't have any leaks, and check your oil level. I'm going to check the oil level right now, and this will also give you a chance to see the quality of the oil. Now this oil has not been changed. It's only been changed one time since I've owned the car. It's a 2006 vehicle. I bought it in 2008, brand new. It was in a bankruptcy in the auto dealership, and I changed the oil in January of 09. This is June of 2012. This is the original oil. My level is good. There's my oil.